Hi, this is Len Furman, and I'm the sports time traveler. And today I'm going to read to you an article I just published on July 3rd, 2023, entitled The Greatest Ball Game at Candlestick Park. The subheading reads 60 years ago last night, there was an epic battle Warren Spahn and Hank Aaron versus Juan Marichal and Willie Mays. The article starts out with a note from the sports time traveler. The sports time traveler recently heard about a special game that took place in Candlestick Park in San Francisco on the night of July 2nd, 1963. The rules of sports time travel are that you can only go back in time an exact number of decades, from 5 to 10 decades ago. So I had to be patient until now to see what happened precisely 6 decades ago last night. It was worth the wait. And now the article begins. San Francisco, July 3rd, 1963. Last night, the Milwaukee Braves visited the San Francisco Giants at Candlestick Park. The home team sent 25-year-old Juan Marichal to the mound. He is off to the best start in his 4-year career at 12-3 with a 2.38 ERA. Just 3 weeks ago, he threw a 98 pitch masterpiece as he no hit the Houston Colt 45s. The Braves countered with Warren Spahn. At 42, the 13-time All-Star appears well on his way to his 12th 20-plus win season, as he already has 11 wins against just 3 losses through the end of June. In his last outing, Spahn blanked the first-place Dodgers. This led Jim Murray, the top sports columnist west of Wisconsin, to write a celebratory piece in the Los Angeles Times this morning in which he declared, Warren Edward Spahn is at least the greatest left handed pitcher in the history of baseball. The principal secret of Spahn is his immaculate control. Spahn threw only 92 pitches, shutting out the Dodgers. Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. Whenever the Braves play the Giants, it's also a chance to see the two greatest outfielders of this generation, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. The air was chilly, and the wind was blowing in from left field at the start of the game, and the batters were just plain cold. Aaron popped out in foul territory near first base in his initial plate appearance. Mays struck out looking. After 3 innings, both Juan and Warren had only given up one single each. Giants nothing, Braves nothing at the end of 3 innings. In the top of the fourth, Hank Aaron, the National League leader in home runs with 22, led off and drilled a Marichal pitch to deep left. The AP article covering the game described the shot. Aaron powered a drive to left field, ticketed for his 23rd homer of the year, but the wind held it back. The ball was caught by left fielder Willie McCovey near the fence. After the game, Marichal told San Francisco Examiner reporter Curly Grieve, Did you see that one? I thought that ball was out. I don't think he can hit the ball harder. Marichal then struck out the dangerous Eddie Matthews and was nearly out of the inning unscathed. But then he issued a walk to Norm Larker and a single to Mac Jones. With men on first and second and 2 outs, Del Crandall tagged Marichal for a single to center. Larker came storming around third base, but Willie Mays' brilliant throw gunned down Larker at the plate for out number 3. The score remained tied, 0-0, and continued that way through the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth innings. Giants nothing, Braves nothing, end of 8 innings. Marichal retired the side in order in the top of the ninth. In the bottom of the ninth, with the game still scoreless, Willie McCovey came up with one out. Willie was one of the league's top long ball hitters with 18 through the end of June. He hit a long drive over the wall. McCovey thought he had won the game, but it was ruled foul by first base umpire Chris Peladukis. McCovey was so enraged by the call that he had to be restrained by both Giants coach Larry Jansen and manager Alvin Dark. After the game, Willie told Curly Grieve of the San Francisco Examiner, "I followed the ball all the way out, but evidently the umpire didn't. It's a shame to hit a ball like that and lose what it means. It was at least 3 feet fair when it left the park." McCovey and Giants manager Al Dark protested to no avail. Giants nothing, Braves nothing, end of 9 innings. As the game went into extra innings, each manager kept their starting pitchers in the game. Marichal retired the side in order in the top of the 10th. Spahn allowed only a bunt single in the bottom of the inning. In the 11th and the 12th, both pitchers retired the side in order. In the top of the 13th, Braves manager Bobby Bragan let Spahn hit to lead off the inning. He struck out, and Aaron popped out to end the top of the 13th. He was now 0 for 5. Spahn gave up a single to open the bottom of the 13th to Ernie Bowman, then promptly picked him off first base and ended the inning when Juan Marichal batted for himself and flew out to center. Giants nothing, Braves nothing, end of 13 innings. Both starters were still in the game going into the 14th inning. Marichal had an easy time in the top of the 14th, but Spahn hit his first real trouble in the bottom of the inning. Harvey Kuhn led off with a short fly to center. The Capital Times in Madison, Wisconsin described the play. 3 Braves had a shot at it, but none made the catch, and Kuhn got to second. With the winning run on second and no one out, Willie Mays came to the plate. Bragan decided to give Mays a pass. Technically, it was the first walk given up by Spahn in 32 innings. This brought up the left-handed Willie McCovey to face the lefty Spahn with no outs and runners on first and second. Spahn got McCovey to pop up to the catcher, and he also got Felipe Alou on a fly to center. When Orlando Zapata hit a grounder, it looked like Spahn was out of the inning. But third baseman Dennis Menke mishandled it, and the bases were loaded. The next batter, Ed Bailey, hit a long fly ball that went out of the park. But this ball was clearly in foul territory. And on the next pitch, Bailey flew out to center. Spahn had survived the 14th. Giants nothing, Braves nothing, end of 14 innings. Marichal remained on the mound for the 15th inning, in which he retired the side in order. Spahn did the same, striking out Marichal to end the 15th. 42-year-old Warren Spahn had now pitched 27 consecutive scoreless innings, the equivalent of 3 baseball games, including the 15 innings tonight, plus the shutout of the Dodgers and the final 3 innings of his prior appearance to that. In the top of the 16th inning, Marichal got 2 quick outs and then gave up a single to Menke, but he got the next batter, Larker, to hit a grounder for the 3rd out. Harvey Kuhn led off the bottom of the 16th, and Spahn got him on a fly ball to center. Next up was Willie Mays, who was 0 for 5 with a walk. Juan Marichal yelled from the dugout, "Hit one now!" Spahn, who had thrown his screwball effectively all night, now threw another one on his first pitch to Mays. But it didn't break. Mays described his swing on the hanging screwball to Curly Grieve. "I knew it was gone the moment I creamed it." This time, the home run was clearly fair. Willie Mays had just won the game with a home run in the bottom of the 16th. Giants won, Braves nothing. Final score in 16 innings. The game ended at 1:55 a.m., just 25 minutes shy of the National League curfew. Both pitchers incredibly had gone the distance, and each of them had given up just 8 hits prior to Mays' home run. Marichal had let up only 2 hits in the final 9 innings. Spahn, who came into the game with just 3 days rest, threw 201 pitches at age 42. Marichal, also pitching on 3 days rest, threw 227 pitches. Giants manager Alvin Dark told the AP that was the greatest game I've ever seen by 2 pitchers. Today, Curly Grieve heard Alvin Dark tell Juan Marichal in the clubhouse, "Take the day off, you've earned it." Marichal had a rub down by trainer Frank Bowman before he departed. Grieve asked Marichal how he felt, to which Juan replied, "Bad, tired, sore everywhere, arms and muscles." Hank Aaron was also interviewed by Curly Grieve today. He said, "I've been around a long time, and that's the finest exhibition of throwing I've ever seen. It may be 10 years or even 20 before you see another its equal." Note from the Sports Time Traveler: Hank Aaron was wrong in his prediction. It's been exactly 60 years, and we still haven't seen anything like it. And it would seem now that we won't see anything like it for at least 60 more years. The epic 16 inning, 428 pitch duel between Spahn and Marichal came on the 30th anniversary of another even more incredible feat of pitching. On July 2nd, 1933, 90 years ago last night, the great Carl Hubbell of the New York Giants pitched an 18 inning, 1-0 shutout in the first game of a doubleheader at the Polo Grounds in front of 50,000 fans. I shouldn't say last night because they only played day games in 1933, so it was a day game. John Drebinger of the New York Times described that game: "A titanic pitching duel in which Hubbell gave one of the most outstanding exhibitions of endurance and mound skill seen in many years. The tall, somber left-hander rose to his greatest heights, surpassing even his brilliant no-hit classic of 1928. He pitched perfect ball in 12 of the 18 innings. It was an exhibition that held the packed arena spellbound throughout the 4 hours. It was the last time anyone has ever pitched an 18-inning shutout." Thank you for listening to the story. If you enjoyed this, please share the Sports Time Traveler and provide your feedback. I would greatly appreciate your help spreading the positive stories I write about sports history. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.